Hi everyone, this is Sabrina. Welcome back to my channel. So for today's behind the scene video, we are going to work on my stamp project together. If you remember, I shared a while back that I got these graphite papers, Grafix papers, and then I'm going to cut them down to 6 by 8, and then I can put them in the stamp sleeves. And so basically I'm going to group them by month, and I saw this idea on Instagram from an awesome scrapbooker named Stephanie, and I will put her profile in the description box. But it's a genius idea, especially since I have 5 years, I think at least, of stories by the month stamps, and it is a lot. I still don't have all of them in 3x4 protectors, and I figured it would be more cost effective to transfer them to here. And I also have out some cleaning supplies in case I need to clean them up. So I don't know how this is going to work. I'm just gonna get started on this, and then I might do a voiceover. I might speed things up and put music on. I'm not quite sure. I don't know how much talking I will need to be doing as I'm putting these together, but I thought it would be something that interests you guys. And of course, I have the link for this film in the description box. Okay, let's get started and see what happens. And I'm hoping that this helps keep everything organized, and it'll definitely save me money because I won't have to buy a bazillion more 3x4 page protectors. Okay. We are going to get started. I just have to say I am very excited to dive into this project. Maybe I already mentioned that in my introduction, but I have to say it again. I can't wait for this, and it's going to really simplify my entire process. I will also say that Laura Wansick has done a similar system where she's taken apart her stamps off their sheets and kind of created her own categories. And Linda Loves Creating has also done a similar system, but in a binder and not taken the stamps apart. Okay, so I've ripped out the sheets, and they have like wax paper behind them, thinner than wax paper. And I like to keep the wax paper on because when I've cut laminate before, like from my laminator, it's similar to the film. So I wanted to make sure that it had a little bit of something behind it when I'm cutting. And when I cut, I don't just like slam the cutter down. I gently like cut it. I don't know how to explain it, but I go very gently and slowly, so that way I know that I'm going to get a good cut. And I don't know how many sheets I wound up doing, but I did several. And then I have a little bit of extra, and I will put those in my scrap drawer because I'm sure that I can find a use for them. I will need one full sheet in order to make one 6x8 stamp sheet. So that's pretty good. I don't remember how many's in the package off the top of my head, but I know that I can at least get started on this project. So I have 6 stamp sets from Stories by the Month, and there was one year where Allie Edwards had a different manufacturer for her acrylic stamps, so the quality is not so great, and I may not even keep those stamps because I don't like the quality. They're very flimsy. I don't like them. My goal with this is to put the monthly items up on the top left, but of course when you flip it over, it'll be on the right hand side. But for now, I want anything that says January over on the left-hand side. And I just showed you that flimsy stamp set to kind of, show you that my first intention was to keep only the numbers on there and then maybe do a separate sheet for the numbers. But I really do not like those stamps. I can't work with them. I also will have to clean some stamps because I use some stamps over and over again. Like the one that I just cleaned was just awesome. And again, that could go on, a different spot or a different sheet that I could make. But again, with Linda Loves Creating, with her system, what she does is she uses a binder and stamps everything and then puts it into different categories. So I would, if I did that method, I would just use my binder to locate where that stamp is. You can see I just showed you my stamp cleaner. I simply got it from Hobby Lobby, I think, or Michael's, but it works pretty well. And I'm going to use it to clean this Stories by the Month stamp set with the Celebrate on it, because that stamp set is one of the oldest and one of the dirtiest. I also just showed you that I did decide to take off a few stamps from the January numbers stamp set. I think it was like Celebrate in 2023. And I am just going to set those ones aside because I don't even want to bother with them. So I wound up with 2 Januaries, and then January Memories and January Looks Like This, and a Celebrate. So I have lots of great sentiments, and I'm trying to just kind of play, what is it, Tetris? Maybe Tetris with this and get all the sentiments that I want on there. Not every single one fit, and that's okay because, you know, I can do a separate sheet with other words, other everyday words. And I may have to start a binder, that way I can kind of keep track of, you know, what I have. It's about time that I keep track, you know, just not do it willy-nilly. Is that the saying? But I absolutely love how this first one came together. It was so much fun to condense my monthly stamp sets onto one sheet. And I know that Ali Edwards is doing a bunch of changes next year. I know the story kits are going away and it's going to be more of like a quarterly kit, but I can't remember what the Stories by the Month change is, if there is any change. But either way, it's about time that I fixed up my stamps, I think. About time. And cleaned them, because cleaning is just, you know, it goes to the back of the list. Why would I want to why would I want to clean or, you know, scrub stamps when I could create, you know, like why? I am currently working on February, and I put February and Moments right next to each other up on the top left because I liked how Moments was the same font as February, so I just kept them together. This stamp sheet I'm cleaning right now, it is so dirty because it just gets a lot of use. I loved these like row of hearts. I put them down towards the bottom because I figured let's keep like items together. I also wound up with a February Memories and February Looks Like This. So I think that those are going to be pretty common with my Stories by the Month stamps. I also set aside another flower. I had a flower from the latest January Stories by the Month kit with This Girl Is on Fire. And I did not put that flower on the January sheet because I am going to do like florals for a different sheet and maybe outside themed, maybe. But I did definitely want to set those aside. And again, just trying to like finagle everything to fit on there that I want to fit on there. I wound up with 2 XOXO. One is they're different fonts, and one of them is like black. I could not even clean it that well. I also took off the block word that said life because I wanted love to be able to fit, since love goes with the theme of February. So that's going to complete the month of February. It looks amazing. I'm so excited with this project, and I do want to figure out a way to do a stamped back sheet if I can figure that out. It would be amazing if I could do it digitally, like if I had all the stamps digitally, but I don't know if I do. So we shall see. Okay, so now I'm on to March, and I actually wound up with 3 different stamps that have March in them. No, 4, and one is really tiny, and then I have a large Enjoying that is the same font as March. And I have 2 stamps about rain. And it's funny, when I saw the stamp Rain, Rain, Go Away, it's like not even used at all. And I just thought to myself, that's because in California, by the time we get rain, we've worked so hard for rain that we do not want the rain to leave. Like, we want the rain to stay as long as possible.
There was also a stamp with like a pattern of leaves on it, and I'm going to set that aside for the florals as well. I grouped 2 stamps that said get outside together, and the same thing for bloom and grow. And I love this. So again, just trying to figure out where these stamps are going to go and cleaning them, which was such a great idea. And it's looking really good, and I'm excited to keep going with this project, and I hope you guys have found it helpful. So then once I'm done, I put the other piece on top of it, kind of push it down to make that sandwich, and organizing my stamps will bring so much to my scrapbook room flow. Love it.
So I'm going to stop right there because I know that if I continued on with April and all the way to December, we'd have a very long video. So I might break this into chunks. Let me know if that interests you. If you enjoyed this video, I can keep going and share it with you. I do want to create a 6x8 stamp page to go behind these. I just have a small Misty stamp, so I'm not sure how that would work. So I'll have to think about it. But I hope you guys enjoyed watching me put my stamps on these film. I absolutely love how they're coming together. I do have a pile over here where it's more everyday stamps, and also just the stamps that didn't fit. And so I can start another sheet for everyday stamps. Okay, thanks so much for watching and have a great day. Bye.